Hi, ladies. So I'm going to get started. As you guys are jumping in everything, pull up your chat on Zoom and you'll be able to send me questions throughout the presentation. I'll hit them as we're going and after. So just go ahead and drop them and make sure your mic is muted. Perfect. Hello. So we are talking about becoming guilt-free. So this is really diving deep into your journey, things to get you started, things to lay out and plan, what that is, and how we can kind of bring that into each category of life. So let's get started. I'm going to waste no time. So if you have not met me, I am right in front. So if you've not met me yet, my name is Casey. I am your guilt-free living coach. So that is, I want you to live your best life in your best body while eating, doing your workout, and achieving your goals in all aspects of your life guilt-free. Meaning we have no guilt about it. We're enjoying it. We have pleasure in it. We are moving forward doing great things while keeping all of everything else in mind, because everything starts with us. It starts with our health. I truly believe that you cannot fill someone else's cup. You cannot take care of work, your family, anything until you take care of yourself. So that is what we have today. What can you do to bring in that action and start taking control? Whether that be fitness, nutrition, relationships, work, cultivating your passions, taking risks, all of that comes into our guilt-free life. So about me, I am about to finish a master's degree in exercise and wellness from Arizona State. I am so excited about that. Other than that, I am a certified health coach, a certified personal trainer, a certified exercise physiologist, and a bunch of other certifications. And I was a previous Division I athlete. So I dove for Boise State. I went from training, working really hard, doing all of this 4 to 5 hours per day, to not working at all, not working out at all for about 6 to 8 months, to now working out 4 to 5 days per week of what I truly enjoy. And I do all of that guilt-free. I live my life, I have taken my journey, and now I am here to help you. So if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Casey Fitness, or on Facebook, Casey Fitness, as well as on my website is all the different things. And if you haven't joined the Guilt-Free Healthy Living Facebook group, this is a completely free Facebook group. I drop in special access, I drop in exclusive workbooks, all of that kind of stuff. And it's really a group to cultivate guilt-free living. So it's ladies supporting ladies, pushing each other to their goals and achieving everything that you want in life. So if you're not part of that group yet, jump in. It is an amazing group to cheer on and encourage everyone in it to live their best life. So I'm going to hit on what is guilt-free living first. I'm just going to move me out of the way. All right, so guilt-free living, what exactly is it? So I take it in 3 components: our fitness, our nutrition, and our mindset. So our fitness, we know that it improves our mood, it improves energy, it improves, brain function, all of our memory, our decision-making, it improves all of that. So movement matters. It doesn't matter what kind of movement, just move. And then our nutrition, that's basically like our gas in the car. Our car doesn't move unless we have gas in it. And our nutrition is that gas. So depending on what type of gas you put into your car is how well it's going to run. So if, we're putting fast food, greasy food, fried food, all of that, endless trains of butter, our car's not going to run very well. But if we're filling it with fresh fruits and vegetables and home-cooked meals and amazing things with a dash and touch of the wine that I love so much, chocolate, ice cream, pizza, all of that other stuff, our car will run much, much better. And then our mindset. So how does our reality look, and how you look at the world will serve you. So these are the 3 things that we can change and fit into our life at any given point. So I am talking now before the holidays. I am talking about throughout the holidays into the new year, whether or not we set New Year's resolutions and beyond. We can change it at any time. We have the power to change our life. And I just think that is a true, amazing superpower. So let's get down into it. I want to hit that gas in the car first. So guilt-free eating. Eating to our goals is the biggest thing because our goals drive everything. We define our success. So it's not about restricting, and it's about enjoying our food. So each of these things, I have 3 things that are going to change that particular aspect of life to become more guilt-free. So the first one in our guilt-free eating is our mindset. So take a mental inventory. What are our current thoughts about our food? What are our current thoughts about our eating habits? How do we recognize our food? Do we see it as a positive or a negative? Do we recognize it with or without judgment? Do we know those feelings? What experiences have brought on those feelings? So this is really a starting point. And that leads into planning. How do we plan to build in more positive and healthier habits into our life? Because I'm sure you've heard the saying, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. That is so, so true. Without a plan, without a map, we are just wandering through the jungle looking at trees. So we need to get a nice solid plan in place to make it easier for us to move forward. And then the biggest thing that I talk about is compassion, making adjustments. None of us are perfect. I am not perfect. I can still have several glasses of wine and turn around and realize that I drank the whole bottle. It happens. But I take that in. I take it in with a positive mindset that, okay, I wanted that extra glass of wine or 4. It's not usually 4. But I can look back and say, okay, what am I going to do moving forward? How am I going to adjust this? What will happen the next time that I pull out a new bottle of wine? Like, I'll pour a glass and put it back in its storage place or fridge. I won't leave it sitting on the counter where it's just going to look really good to me. Like, how am I going to make adjustments and have compassion for those times that I am just off? So that is guilt-free eating, those 3 actionable things that we can take to move it forward. So now we have fitness. So I want to really point out that fitness is really super, super broad topic. It is so broad and includes so many things that finding the right thing for you can really be big tweaks or small tweaks. It could be from taking your first walk around the block to joining a gym, to working out at home, to finding Amazon the most amazing fitness equipment and buying it sporadically and randomly. There is no wrong way to do fitness. So I want to talk about different things that we can do that really matter in this time to make fitness more enjoyable. So the first thing is obviously the type of exercise that we're going to be doing. So this is, in the fitness world, we call it the modality. So what do we enjoy? There's so many different types of exercise. I mean, at-home workouts, body weight, HIIT training, running, cycling, Zumba, CrossFit, yoga, body pump, all of those. There are so many different types of exercise. Find what you enjoy. Take a look at the past. I was a Division I diver. I have stepped on a diving board once since my last competition, and I am totally okay with that. I'm never going to go back to that exercise again, because that one time that I stepped back on the board after, I pretty sure I broke a toe because I was not at that point anymore. But I really, really enjoy my at-home workouts. I have a sandbag. I have a used bike that you've probably seen in other videos that sits behind me that I paid $50 for. It's probably a $600 bike. So I don't go all out on my at-home workouts, but it's more enjoyable to me because it's on my schedule. It's on my time with what I want to use, and I have no pressure to it, and I enjoy it. So the next one is time. What is realistic to your schedule? I hear this so much when I talk about working out. They're like, well, I have to pack a bag and then I have to drive to the gym, which is 10, 20, 30 minutes away, to spend an hour at the gym, to shower at the gym or do whatever, and then drive home and do whatever. And it can take 2 to 3 hours out of our day. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend 45 to 60 minutes in a gym. If you've heard any other of my talks, I am not a fan of gyms. Like, I am not, because I just don't enjoy that atmosphere. And if you're a gym goer and you absolutely love it, you found a gym that you would go crazy over, keep it. Keep going with it if that's good for you. For me, I really like sitting at home doing 5 to 10 minutes of biking and then a HIIT workout with my favorite sandbag now. And that works for me, to do half an hour, in, out, I'm good. You know, it's not about being more busy or being less busy or trying to find time. You know, I still get in, you know, the equipment that I want, the time that I want, and we can so simplify it. You know, do you have 5 to 10 minutes before a shower? Can we do a really, really short HIIT workout just to refresh ourselves, feel really good before we're going to shower anyway? Like, it's very, very simple solutions that we can break down our time so that we're not spending 2 hours or 3 hours going to the gym, spending time at the gym, whether that's effective or not, and then coming home and maybe not enjoying it. We're not going to keep doing it because that is a lot of time and I don't want to give that time. We have to be able to increase those positive feelings and energy when we are doing fitness or any type of fitness thing. Now, I really, really like my cycle classes. I'll drive 10 minutes to go to a 55-minute cycle class because I like the energy of it. I like the people. I like that environment gets me really, really excited. And that's okay too. So there's so many different things. Back to that modality, there are so many different types of exercises. Find what is enjoyable to you. So the last one is the expectations on yourself. So this goes really hand in hand with your adjustments and, you know, what we talk about in guilt-free eating and what we're going to talk about in guilt-free mindset, the expectations of the grand scheme. So what do you expect of yourself over a large period of time? You know, if it's 30, 60, 90 days, if it's just this week, if it's the year, like, what's the grand scheme? And then how does that reflect the day-to-day? Because the grand scheme things are great. We need that big picture of what is happening. But we also need to know what that looks like day-to-day. I did a podcast episode not too long ago that is about motivation and building motivation and the action that creates motivation. So if we are putting a big goal, what are, like, running a fun run or running a marathon? That's our great big scheme. And that's really, really good. That's awesome. But what does that mean day to day? What are we going to do day to day to plan that in? You know, is it learning a certain exercise? Is it, you know, setting up different time periods to build up to doing a 1-minute plank? Like, how do our daily habits reflect that grand scheme? And how do our expectations change that? I haven't seen any questions pop up yet, so I'm just going to keep rolling. And if we're done early, we're done early. And we'll get more Q&A time. All right, so guilt-free mindset. I leave this for last because I want to spend the most time on it. So our minds are so, so powerful. They can create our biggest dreams and our biggest nightmares. Like they can change the reality of everything, of our world. We pay attention to only about 2% of everything that our senses take in. That means 98%, it just shuts out. It's like, have you ever thought about buying a car and you really like this car, you get into this car, you learn about this car, and suddenly you see it everywhere. Like suddenly they are selling that car, that specific car, like crazy. That's our mind tuning out everything else and bringing into focus what we are focusing on and what we're telling it to focus on. So if you've been sitting in whatever and thinking, no way I can do XYZ, no way I can work out 3 times per week, no way I can eat at home more, no way I can go to the grocery store and buy healthier foods, you are right. If you're sitting there thinking that, you are right. You can't. The good news is, and the amazing part about our mindset, we get to decide that we expect something else of our life. We decide to see a different car. We decide to try one workout per week. We decide that we can eat at home more. And then we are guilt-free when we do go out. And over time, those things become true too. It may feel uncomfortable to change these habits, change this thought process, but in the long run, that becomes our habit too, and that becomes solidified in our life. So these are the things we're going to talk about with mindset. So the first really, really big one is to assess. Just like we looked at our mindset with food, we want to assess our mindset in this current point. So I ask you the question, what do you want your life to look like? And no, I do not mean the Instagram posts, the IG stories, how it physically looks. This one comes from down deep. How do you want your life to look from the inside? What do you want to feel? How do you want your relationships to be? How do you want your food to look? How do you want to feel after your workouts? What do you want out of life? And that's okay not to fully know this answer. And that's why we do this amazing technique, journaling. Sitting down with yourself, writing out everything that possibly comes to mind of this question. Sit down and ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like? And then just start writing. Don't worry about what's being written. Don't worry about grammar, spelling, anything. Just write. And you'd be amazed what comes up, what truly down deep feelings comes up. And this isn't about how you let the world see you. It's not about how the world sees you. It's about how you see the world. And you see it from your perspective, from your reality, from your nutrition, your fitness. How does it look from the inside out? And then it leads to our next journal prompt. Because all of these mindset things are really journal prompts because we sit and we talk about them, but we don't really dive deep into them. So that leads into our next one, your why. Why do you want your life to look like that? Why do you want the Instagram perfect pictures? Why do you want it to look like you're at the gym 5 days a week? Those why. And really when you dive down deep into it and you say, that is truly what I want, you have to ask yourself the why. You owe it to yourself to ask why. So when I look at my current life, I look at my business and I look at my clients. What I want out of life is their success. Why do I want it? Because I enjoy when other people live guilt-free and lift other people up in the guilt-free life. That's what I want. That is my why. That is what I want to see out of the world. That's what I want my life to look like. And it's all that behind the scenes things. So investigating your whys, in your life could look like, I want to be fit. That's your why. Or your what, excuse me. So that I can run around with my kids without feeling winded. That's a why. Just being fit is all good and dandy. It's all cool. But being able to run around with your kids and not be winded and still feel good after, not need a nap after, that's a why. That's the behind the scenes reason. So maybe another one. I want to integrate fruits and vegetables into my life. Okay, that's the what. So that I can enjoy that glass of wine with my girlfriends on the weekend. So that I can go sit with a friend or a girlfriend or another, or, for me, it's my fiance, and sit and have that glass of wine and enjoy every single sip. It's all those behind the scenes reasons of why you want your life to look like that. Nobody may even know these things. Like, I share things with you guys that I want because I want you guys to know that I am right there with you. I have these things and I'm not afraid to talk about them. I have those behind the scenes of the days where I just sit and stare at my computer because I don't know what I'm going to write, or I forget what I'm doing, what I'm building. And it all comes back to these behind the scenes whys that can drive things forward and have those day-to-day things as well. And that's why we so have to be honest with ourselves with this why, because it is a driving factor. So number 3 in our mindset category, number 3 is the action. So we have that grand scheme of everything, the what I want my life to look like, what I want to look like from the inside, and why. Now comes our plan. And this action has so many different parts to it. It has the first action of building those first couple steps, as wobbly as they might be, to achieving our goal, to having that grand scheme, and then building in those day-to-day things. If you're not there today, what daily, weekly actions will get me there? And the best example that I can show of this continuous why and action cycle is David. I have watched him over the last several years train as hard as he can, becoming an Olympic hopeful, going to NCAAs, all of this. And it's taken him years. And he was very, very hopeful of the 2016 Olympic trials, and he didn't make it. And he was devastated. And he had to take a step back and look at everything, reevaluate, sit and talk to his coach, refresh. Now it's 3 years later, almost 4 years later, and he is headed to Olympic trials. Finding his why and reevaluating his actions, not just the grand scheme, but the day-to-day actions. Now, not all of us are Olympic hopefuls. I certainly am not. So if we're taking a look at this, I was a Division I athlete. I was working out 4 to 5 hours. My why was I wanted my school to be proud of me. I wanted scholarship raises. I wanted the awards and all of that. And when I walked away from that, I stopped working out completely. And I had to find a new why. I stopped feeling good. My injuries caught up to me. I wasn't eating good with that. And that became my why. So I had to reevaluate those actions and reevaluate my whys to start building in those day-to-day and those week-to-week things where I'm now working out 4 to 5 days a week, maybe working out 5 hours a week, not even close, but enjoying my foods, meal prepping, doing all of that, and building in those day-to-day actions for my success. So I want to summarize what I've had here. So in nutrition, if we put good gas in our car, we get to move further faster. So that good food is all of our healthy foods, our fruits, our vegetables, all of that, and setting that up for our goal. With fitness, any movement is good. Finding the movement we enjoy the most is better. There is a type of fitness out there for you. And it kills me when I hear people say, fitness just isn't for me. Exercise just isn't for me. There are so many types of exercise that you have not tried them all to know that fitness is just not right for you. Go try 3 or 5 or 10 different types of fitness, different types of classes, and then tell me how you feel. And let's talk about it a little bit further, because movement is so, so good. And there is a type of movement out there that you will enjoy the most. And the last one, my absolute favorite, is your mindset. You have this amazing superpower within you that is your brain to change your reality in your favor. You know, it's that 2% focus that our cognition and our brain only actually show us 2% of what it's taking in. Everything else gets pushed out. So make sure that 2% is moving you forward in life, is giving you positive things, positive interactions, positive encounters, all of that 2%, that's your superpower. What are you making that 2%? All right, I still don't see any questions, so I am just gonna keep moving and giving you guys the goodies. So I have a couple gifts for you being at the end of this masterclass. So these are gonna be available for you through November 14th. They're gonna be available until midnight, November 14th. So each of you are gonna get one 30-minute coaching call with me, and that is to ask me literally anything. It could be about this masterclass. It could be about your personal journey, your personal mindset, things that we can build into your life, and also help you plan for the holidays. If you are stressing about the holidays, let's cut that out and let's build some guilt-free habits in there. So when the email comes out with this replay, you're gonna get that scheduling link as well, and you're gonna be able to schedule with me for that time, and we're gonna dive deep into your journey. So I'm giving this to each of you. Make sure you schedule it. It is going to expire on the 14th, so make sure you schedule this. You can schedule it at any time. It doesn't have to be this week. It can be next week or the week after. Just make sure it gets scheduled because that link is going to expire. And the second very, very juicy gift that I have for you is $100 off the guilt-free eating course. So this is a 6-module course, and I'm gonna go into it to have a guilt-free life with your food. So if you've been looking at it, if you've been taking a look at it, use the code guilt-free in checkout, and you're gonna get $100 off that course. So just touching a little bit on the guilt-free eating course, it's a 6-module in-depth course to eating guilt-free. So what this means is if you are ready to feel confident in what you eat so that you feel confident in your favorite clothes and your tights and your dress, all of that fun stuff, this is for you. If you never want to binge again or stress about what you can and can't eat, this is not about restrictive dieting. I hate both of those words, restrictive and dieting. They don't belong in the world. Guilt-free does. Because that is the only way we can truly enjoy. We can fill our cup to then fill others' cups. That is what life is about. And we're going to do that. If you are ready to enjoy a night out with your girlfriends with drinks, a glass of wine or 3, guilt-free, this is for you to go over all of that. And to have all the tools and strategies to eat for your lifestyle, building these tools and strategies in so that you never feel guilt again. Never, never, never feel guilty about any food ever again. And yes, it means enjoying the pizza, the ice cream, the pie, the wine. All of that is in this. You don't have to give up a thing. That is not what a guilt-free life is. And that is what this course is prepped to teach you. So if you're ready to take that leap, you will get $100 off with that code guilt-free, all caps. I will have that email sent out of everything that is in the course, the connection, all of that. That email will go out with the replay. And then, of course, there are so many more extra things that you have. The Facebook group, if you are not in the Guilt-Free Healthy Living Facebook group yet, jump on, join. There is special access, extra workbooks. You get early access to a lot of things, special announcements, and it's an amazing community to build with ladies that are on the same journey you are, that are moving forward to eat guilt-free, to do their workouts, to write their mind so that they can fill their cup, so that they can take care of their families, have energy, move and do everything through the day. So if you're not a part of that group, join it now. Instagram, as always, at Casey Fitness. If you're not following that, jump on that. And I'm so excited. The Guilt-Free Healthy Living podcast is launching this coming Monday, November 18th. And for staying to the very end of this masterclass, I am going to give you an extra special treat. It's not in the email, but I'm giving it to you as being a part of the end of this masterclass. So if you go to www.caseyfitness.com/podcast, you will get the first 4 episodes of the Guilt-Free Healthy Living podcast before anyone else. I've not given this access to anyone, but I'm giving it to you for staying till the end of this masterclass, and I'm so excited to hear what you think. So all the tips and tools that are in that podcast and so much more, get access now. All right, I am going to see if there are any questions, and I don't believe there are. Okay. Well, I am going to stop recording.